We want to solve the following problem using a proportion. A basketball player makes 17 out of 20 free throws. If he shoots 150 free throws, how many can you expect him to make? So we'll set up two ratios comparing the successful free throws to the total number of attempts. So from this first sentence, we know we made 17 free throws out of 20, so we're comparing successful free throws to the number of attempts. So this must equal the ratio of x to 150, where x is the number of successful free throws out of 150 attempts. And now we can cross multiply and solve for x. 20 times x must equal 17 times 150. So we have 20x must equal 17 times 150 is equal to 2,550. And now we'll divide both sides by 20 to solve for x. So x is equal to this quotient. Let's go ahead and use the calculator. 2,550 divided by 20. So x is equal to 127.5. Now there's a little bit of a problem with this answer because this represents the number of successful free throws out of 150. And it's not possible to make half of a free throw. So if we round this to the nearest whole number, we could say that x is approximately equal to 128. Or rounded to the nearest free throw, we expect him to make 128 free throws out of the next 150 attempts. Let's take a look at another example. Here we're given a scale on a map indicates 3/4 of an inch represents 40 miles. If two cities are 4 inches apart on the map, how far apart are they? So we'll set up two ratios comparing the length on the map to the actual length in miles. So our first ratio will be 3/4 to 40. Notice how we're comparing the number of inches on the map to the actual distance in miles. So we must keep this consistent. So for the second ratio, the 4 inches is the length on the map. So we'll have the ratio of 4 to x, where x represents the actual distance in miles. So 3/4 times x must equal 40 times 4. And 40 times 4 is equal to 160. And now to solve for x, we'll multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of 3/4, which will be 4/3. Let's go ahead and put 160 over 1. So on the left side, everything simplifies out. We're left with x. And on the right side, we have 4/3 times 160. 3 and 160 do not share a common factor. So we'll go ahead and multiply our numerator and denominator together. 4 times 160 is going to be 640. Our denominator is 3. So let's go back to the calculator. 640 divided by 3. So x is equal to 213.3 repeating. We should recognize this decimal as 1/3. So x is 213 and 1/3 miles, which would be the distance between the two cities that are 4 inches apart on the map. Let's take a look at one more. An ice cream label states that one 6-ounce serving has 8 grams of fat. If a container contains 20 ounces, how much fat is in the entire container? So we'll set up two ratios comparing the number of ounces to the number of fat grams. So a 6-ounce serving has 8 grams of fat, and the second ratio will be 20 ounces to an unknown number of fat grams. So now we can cross multiply and solve for x. 6 times x must equal 8 times 20. So we have 6x equals 8 times 20 is equal to 160. And we'll divide both sides by 6 to determine how many fat grams we'd have in 20 ounces. So we have x equals 160 divided by 6. So this would be 26.6 repeating, or 26 2/3 grams of fat in 20 ounces of ice cream.